My parents ditched my event for my brother's football game, only to find out later it was my wedding. Growing up, everything revolved around Tyler. Every dinner conversation was his stats. Every weekend was his tournaments. I learned to fade into the background. When I got into med school, Mom said, "That's nice," and asked if I could drive Tyler to practice. When I made the dean's list, she posted about Tyler's scholarship offer the same day. I met Emma during residency. We got engaged last spring. I called to tell them. Mom cut me off after 10 seconds to talk about Tyler's draft prospects. We set the date for September 9th. I sent a group text. "Really important event on September 9th. Hope you can make it." Mom replied instantly, "Can't. Tyler's showcase game. Scouts will be there." I didn't follow up, didn't clarify. If they cared enough to ask what it was, they would've. My best friend walked me down the aisle instead. It was perfect. Small ceremony. People who actually showed up for me my whole life. Emma's sister posted photos that night, tagged the family. My phone died during our honeymoon. When I turned it back on 3 days later, I had 47 missed calls. Mom's voicemail was hysterical. "Everyone's asking why we missed your wedding. You set us up. How could you do this to us? Your grandmother is asking questions. The neighbors saw the photos. You've humiliated us." There were messages from Dad, too, each one angrier than the last. "Call us immediately. This is unacceptable. You owe us an explanation." I texted back one line. "I invited you to something important. You chose Tyler's game without even asking what it was." Tyler's team lost 42-7. He got injured in the third quarter. Mom had texted me during the reception. I saw it later, complaining about the refs and how unfair the game was. Not once did she wonder what I was doing that day. Dad called next, his voice tight with anger. "You made us look like terrible parents in front of everyone. Aunt Linda won't stop calling. Your mother is devastated. Cousins are asking what's wrong with us. Do you have any idea what you've done?" "I'm devastated too," I said calmly. "I've been devastated for 28 years. That's not fair. We've always supported you." "Have you? Name one event of mine you attended in the last 5 years." Silence. "That's what I thought," I said. He hung up on me. The guilt texts started rolling in. Cousins, aunts, uncles, all telling me I went too far, that I should have been direct, that family doesn't play games like this, that I was being cruel and manipulative. But here's the thing. I'd been direct my entire life. I'd invited them to my white coat ceremony. They missed it for Tyler's playoff game. I'd asked them to come to my research presentation that took 2 years of work. They were at Tyler's awards banquet. I'd begged them to visit me during my first year of residency when I was drowning. They were helping Tyler move into his college apartment. Each time I'd been explicit. Each time they'd chosen him. Emma held my hand through all of it. "You gave them one last chance," she said. "They failed. That's on them." My brother finally texted me a week later. "Mom's been crying nonstop. She's not eating. Dad's barely speaking." Was this really necessary? I stared at that message for an hour before responding. "Did you know I was getting married?" "No." "Exactly. None of you asked. None of you cared enough to wonder what could be important in my life. You just assumed it was something you could skip." Like always, he didn't respond. Mom showed up at my apartment 2 weeks later, unannounced. Her eyes were red and puffy. "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't realize how bad it had gotten. I thought you understood that Tyler needed more attention because of his career. It's always been this bad, Mom. You just never noticed. And I have a career too. I'm a doctor. I save lives. But you've never once asked about my patients or my work. Let me make it up to you. We can have a reception, celebrate properly. I'll invite everyone. We'll make it special. I don't want a reception. I wanted my parents at my wedding. That moment is gone. You can't get it back with a party." She started crying harder. "Please, I'm your mother. I love you." "Then act like it," I said quietly. "For once in my life, act like you have 2 sons instead of 1. She left without another word. Tyler called me that night. His voice was different, smaller somehow. "My injury's pretty bad. Might not play next season. Maybe never." "I'm sorry to hear that." "Yeah, Mom's taking it hard." A pause. "Harder than she took missing your wedding, probably." It was the first honest thing he'd ever said to me.